Hi, it's Joy and today we're watching the Clone Wars Season 5, Episode 12, Missing in Action, and our little droids are indeed missing in action. Very excited to jump back into this show. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon. You get the 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go.
Never been to Tatooine, but if this place reminds you of it, R2, remind me never to go there.
Oh, there are people, it's not an abandoned town.
Nothing short of death or dismemberment will stop Colonel Meeber Gascon from delivering that module.
Oh god, don't cut, like... Oh lord. Let's go to the bar. Honestly, I don't tempt fate, but... Do you have any money?
I am Colonel Gascon of the Grand Army of the Republic.
If you've just said everyone here is hiding, maybe don't advertise it.
Worms. This is an outrage.
You did kind of just go in there demanding food, not offering to pay it, but...
I would not push it, Colonel.
No.
That monster.
That's no meal. That is garbage.
What is the difference? It is edible, is it?
They're so cute. Oh no. Why are they here? Are they looking for them? Have they traced them to here?
Look, I can get you some food, but
Ooh.
normally people come in the front door.
You're a clone.
Excuse me?
He sounds and looks like them.
Just trying to help. I'm sorry if you took it the wrong way.
I do not think that soldier believes you are a colonel. Colonel.
Excuse me, I got...
Does he not know he's a clone? Was he from that crashed ship? I love them so much.
Clones fight battles across the galaxy. They are brave soldiers. Does that sound like you? You're a dishwasher, Gregor. Forget about...
Was he always a dishwasher? Did he grow up here?
How did I get here? Where did you find me?
Has he never questioned this before?
Sleep.
Is he using him like, I don't know, he knows he doesn't know enough to be treated fairly or something?
R2 is right. Droids are not known for being flexible, because we are programmed to be right the first time.
Answer me this, Corp, like we did on the Dreadnought, and commandeer that shuttle without incident.
I don't think that'll work twice.
Have a point, Colonel. After what we did on the Dreadnought,
Until our clone gets off work, then enlist his help, whether he wants to or not.
Oh, poor guy. I mean, if he's happy, I don't know if he's happy. Can he sense he's being followed because of his training? It's not exactly luxury, but it's home. And he doesn't have to fight again without any choice in the matter.
Captain Rex, reporting with you.
What?
Aim to fight and die, if necessary, in our war against the Separatists. They're not dishwashers living in some vermin-infested hovel.
Look,
It's not his fault. He clearly crash landed in that ship and got amnesia.
So he pays the difference for me.
Don't you
Oh,
get it,
he's
Gregor?
using
You're
you.
a slave. We need to figure out who.
He deserves to know who he is.
Gregor, your designation is CC 5576, a clone commando.
Does it say what his name was?
File says you.
Sarish. Sarish.
That means something to him.
Wait. Yes.
Oh god.
Yes, I remember now.
These are going to be traumatic
So many
memories.
soldiers were dying. Let's go check out the diner.
I love this crew. Oh dear. Is he going to tell the Separatists? That's why you wanted him gone, because
My equipment.
they knew he knew they'd recognize him if they saw
Who I
him.
was, and you didn't save me. You turned me into a slave.
Yep.
I've worked in this dump taking orders from you when I could have been fighting for the Republic. I want my
Or
life.
just living a life by his own choice.
Freedom, Gregor?
Oh.
Take your gun from me.
He will! He's a highly trained elite soldier.
You see,
Or not. Anymore.
no soldier.
I love my team.
Let's see what we're up against. Gregor?
Does he remember what his name was that he had from the, like, his brothers called him?
There. There's a cruiser up there. And that shuttle, I think, yes, is being loaded up with Rhydonium cannons.
Of course it is.
Yes, we do have a new mission. Stop the separatists
Oh.
from blowing up that cruiser.
This has not been a simple
You all
expedition.
head straight to the shuttle.
Let's roll.
Quite literally, let's roll. Bless them. And bless the Roger Rogers. Just one or two Roger Rogers.
Good job, Gregor.
Oh, I'm so stressed something's gonna happen to Gregor now. He's very outgunned.
Recognize those astromechs? Blast them!
No.
They are on to us. Colonel, can you hear me?
Easy.
Save yourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
No, BZ and the Colonel are still out there.
Oh, Gregor, be safe. And I wish I knew the name your brothers gave you.
I'll never make it back alive.
Yes, you will, sir. What I
Oh,
was born to do. Now go. Before it's too late.
oh, bless him. He bumped his head.
Don't worry about me. You made me remember who I am. I'll make my way home. I promise. Now go.
You're so outnumbered. There's no way you make your way home.
Doing what a soldier does.
Oh.
Sacrificing himself for the lives of others.
For your life? He was perfectly safe, but he went back for you. Colonels always sacrifice the pawns.
You will be remembered, Captain Gregor. We will take your heroic story back to the Republic.
Was that even his name?
Watch for your return.
Well, that was a bloody depressing ending. Once again, I feel like this episode, even though it didn't really directly outright raise the issue, for me, it really raised the ethical nature of clones. Are they ethical? Because these are people who are created and born specifically to become soldiers. They are trained, all they know, their only way of life that is taught to them is be a soldier. If they fail to become a soldier, they are a failure, they are a waste of money, they are worthless. And obviously, the life Gregor, I will call him that because we don't know what his designated name is, by his family. Gregor, the life he was living on this particular planet was not a good life because he was being used as a slave. He was being fully taken advantage of by an unethical guy, and I guess because he's a good-natured person and his brain was still a little bit addled from the amnesia and the crash and everything, he just kind of went along with it because it was safe. But this was someone that he'd escaped the horrors of war. He had been through one of the worst battles because obviously all he could remember was everybody dying. The ship he was on with the brothers that were closest to him crashed. They were all dead. You almost wish there was a way he could have found freedom, but as soon as he even heard the littlest bit about being cloned, he was very much like, oh, I must serve the Republic, glory, I want to fight. And it just breaks my heart to think of how many millions of men they made, raised, and just threw away. It's 100%, it is like the First World War. Obviously, I mean, it's not 100% like the First World War, but the concept of that, when they kept sending in conscription loads and men would be ordered over the top, even though there were machine guns on the other side, even though it was suicide, essentially, they would order them over the top, also that they could move the line ever so slightly forward. You know, it was such a pointless waste of life in the grand scheme of things. Each battle was pointless waste of life. The Clone Wars really remind me of that. And, you know, in both cases I can understand the concept, like, we want to stop the other side, who's the one that's invading or, you know, being reckless, but it breaks my heart for these clones. The droids are still everything. I mean, the Colonel has grown on me a bit because, you know, he respects those droids a little bit now, but I still find him frustrating, and the idea that Gregor is dead now to save him makes me sad, although he did also save BZ, who deserves his memory banks back, and to have a fulfilling droid life. This planet just looks like a miserable place to live, but I guess it's a place where if you want to avoid the scrutiny of the Republic or the Separatists, you're mostly safe here, because the Separatists seem to be using the planet, and as the planet hadn't really resisted, they were just leaving them to it. I don't know, I mean, they kind of, Gregor was like, I'll promise I'll make my way home, and him saying, I'm gonna watch for your return. He was so outnumbered. The only hope can be that after he caused that explosion, he didn't get too injured by it or killed by it, and he was able to run away, and he will be able to steal a ship of some kind and get home. But I feel very sad for him right now. And I'm also just sad that, you know, he'd escaped, he'd gotten out, a bit like that guy who was the deserter who had a family and everything. Obviously he didn't remember, and he was being used. The life he had was not a good one, but you kind of think, Gregor, if you get out, you've done more than enough. Go and find a backwater planet where you can make a happy life for yourself. This was a really good episode. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon. You get those 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you for watching.